Hey there, all my beautiful pink ladies. Happy hump day. Good afternoon. It's your girl Pinky. Um, Usually I know I sound a little chipper, but today so far, I'm still blessed and I'm still in great spirits, just not as happy as I normally would be. As you can see in front of you, today we will be celebrating my pop-pop's birthday. My father was from Belize, the city, and my father passed away April 10th, 2010 from Lou Gehrig's disease. Um, I was the last child that he spoke to, and he left me with some words of wisdom that I've shared with you ladies a lot, and that we have talked and discussed on several videos when getting to know me. I'm not showing my face during this recording because my eyes are really puffy. I've been crying and um, I just like when I know I want you ladies to see me, and when I'm sad, when I'm happy, my ups and downs. But this present face that I have, um, I don't want anyone else to be sad or have pity for me. I just want you to keep me lifted up in prayer. And I also wanted you ladies to, if you didn't mind, take the time to say happy birthday to my father. My friends called him Mr. John, or everyone called him Pop Pop, which he was known as because he was like a father to um, all of our friends. And he got the utmost respect. So as I was stating, my father passed away from Lou Gehrig's disease, April 2010. And just in case if a lot of you want to look that up, it's spelled Loughrigs. And Lou Gehrig's disease is a disorder that's also called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. And Lou Gehrig's disease, it damages motor neurons in the brain and the spinal cord. And the motor neurons are nerve cells that control muscle movement. Upper motor neurons send messages from the brain to the spinal cord, and the lower motor neurons send messages from the spinal cord to the muscles. Motor neurons are an important part of the body's neuromuscular system. And I try to, explain this to people so they would know how it worked or have heads up about the disease, because honestly, ladies, this disease have been affecting people for years from my understanding, but it never hit home, or I never realized it or took the time to think about it or look it up until it actually took the life of my father. And now I just tell myself and my daughter, we just need to be knowledgeable about a lot of things, and not just when things happen to people that we love or that we're close to. So, with the neuromuscular system, this system enables our body to move and is made up of the brain, many nerves, and muscles, and things that we do every day, like breathing, walking, running, lifting stuff, and even reaching for a glass of water. And this is all controlled by the neuromuscular system. So now, over time, Lou Gehrig's disease causes these motor neurons in the brain and spinal cord to shrink and disappear, so that the muscles no longer receive signals to move. As a result, the muscles become smaller and weaker. Gradually, the body becomes paralyzed, which means that the muscles no longer work. However, in some cases, for most people with ALS, even at an advanced stage, they can still see, hear, smell, feel, and touch. The nerves that carry feelings of hot, cold, pain, pressure, or even being tickled are not affected for some people with Lou Gehrig's disease. And this is in most people. Unfortunately, my father still had his senses of sight, and he was in his right state of mind. But my father's body had deteriorated so badly that he could no longer feel anything. He lost his taste buds. He could move any part of his body. The disease had taken full effect of him. And like we say, or like I'm saying, he still knew who individuals were when they walked in and talked to him. He could barely hold a conversation because they had a air machine over his mouth because he wasn't able to talk for long periods of time. And it was just rough. And I sat there and watched that, and it was the worst thing that I have been through in my lifetime. And my father, once he passed away, ladies, my father, that disease had deteriorated my father's body so badly that we didn't think we were going to be able to have an open casket. And fortunately, we found a way. They had to cut my father open and stuff him. Yes, they did that. They cut him open and stuffed him, and they had to stuff his suit, and they had to stuff his casket in order to make his head look full and for his body to sit up properly in order for us to have an open casket. And ladies, like I say, that was just one of the hardest things for me. And I've explained in several videos, and I'm going to explain it again, why I am the way I am, and it's because of both of my parents. However, I didn't always have the positive attitude and outlook on life. I was taking advantage of certain things, such as saying I love you, or being able to walk and drive and hug and to forgive and be patient and understanding. And in my videos, I always say, let no one steal your joy because they didn't give it, because those were some of the encouraging words that my father were able to say to me in short breaths before he passed. But the last thing he said to me before I got the phone call that he passed away was, life is hard, but death is easy. And a lot of you ladies have heard me say this, and I don't mind repeating it because it is very important once I understood the message behind it. My father was covered up in plastic. You had to wear gloves and masks because any little bacteria that, was in his way would cause him harm, to where he would further be pressed into his days being shortened. But however, I had on my mask and gloves and was watching the basketball game, my last basketball game with my father, because we loved basketball. And he started crying, and I looked at him and I asked him what was wrong. And he was saying that, he just got tired of seeing people being able to walk in and out of the room while he had to stand still and lay in one place, and he couldn't even clean himself or go to the bathroom or feed himself or eat anything. And he took advantage of all of that while he was living. And so I told him, don't cry. And he said, I'm going to explain something to you. And he did it in short breaths. It took him a long time to explain, but I made sure I paid attention and I listened to what he had to say because it was very important to me. And I had to pass it along to my other brothers and my sister and, to friends and family. And like I say, the comment was, life is hard, but death is easy. ladies, I was like, Papa, what are you talking about? I was like, is your medicine kicking in? Are you sleepy? And he was like, no, sweets, listen. And he was like, I'm going to explain it to you. He said, what I mean by life is hard, death is easy. He says, in life, you're going to encounter some things that you got to come across a bunch of hurdles where it's going to be extremely hard for you. And you're going to want to give up, and it's going to be difficult. You're going to cry. You're going to come across family, friends, and people that's going to hurt you that you didn't expect to hurt you. You're going to come across some mean, evil, vindictive people in the world that's going to be out to do you more harm than good. And you're going to ask yourself why. And he was like, but the good thing about that is you are able to walk away, pray about it, and forgive that person, and go on about your life and enjoy your breathing, your health the next day. He was like, do you see how I'm laying here and I can't do anything for myself? In 2 or 3 days ago, I was, well, not 2 or 3 days ago, I'm sorry, but 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was able to play with my grandkids, walk to the store, walk to the bathroom, fix me something to eat, to hold a cup with water in it. And he was like, now I can't do nothing. He was like, I'm just sitting here waiting, wondering when it's going to be my last breath, or if I'm going to wake up tomorrow to even look up and see any of you. And he was like, so with life, you just deal with it as it comes to you, as it presents itself, but you don't let it steal your joy. You continue to do you and be happy, and you go pray about it, and you don't hold a grudge. You forgive that person. It may take you a day or two, but you forgive that person and ask God to forgive both of you for whatever may have happened. And don't take advantage when you wake up. You get up and you thank God for waking you up. And then he said, death is easy because I'm just laying here waiting to die. He was like, there's nothing I can do. I'm just sitting here waiting to die. He was like, just watching my days, hours, and seconds go by, taking small breaths, wondering, is this going to be the day? And he was like, do you know how hard that is? I watch people walk in and out of this room to check on me or to see if I can talk, and all I can do is nod because I'm short of breath. I'm sorry, ladies. It's just the hardest thing I have ever experienced in my life. So, yes, ladies, just take that with you, please. Life is hard, but death is easy. Forgive people. Be happy. Smile. Let no one steal your joy because they didn't give it. And I love you, ladies. Thank you for listening. Please help me celebrate my father's birthday. Just take the time to comment below and say happy birthday, Mr. John, or you can call him Pop Pop, because like I say, he loved my friends, and you pink ladies are my friends. And just keep me lifted up in prayer today. I'm going to try to be really strong. We're going to have an honorable dinner for him tonight, having our Belizean fest, or feast, excuse me, and just sing happy birthday and do a few other things as a family. Yes, so I'll talk to you pink ladies later. I love you, Pop Pop. Please continue to watch over all of us, the entire family, me, your granddaughters, and my friends and their family members and the things that they go through, because we're all a part of one big circle. I love everyone. So thanks for listening, ladies. God bless, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.